Hello everybody, I'm Gary Massa with Massa & Associates, and happy Market Update Monday. Last week we talked about whether we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market, and I had some people reach out and challenge the information because they strongly believe that we're back into a buyer's market as opposed to a seller's market, as we were suggesting. And I really appreciate the feedback because it definitely gives us something to talk about. But this week I am going to go over the top performing market segment and zip code in all of San Diego County. But while I was reading the Market Watch report, I felt that there was some additional information that I can add from last week to kind of help support the trends and where the market is today versus where it was. So as you recall, one of the main indices that we're looking at in terms of like the buyer behavior and the aggressiveness of the market is the list to sales price ratio. If you remember about a year ago and back further, the list to sales price ratio was raising almost about 1% per month, and we reached about 107 to 108% in terms of the total North County in terms of list to sales price ratio. In some individual zip codes were as high as 15 to 16% above list price on an average basis. Now, to end the year on the four segments or quadrants of the market segments here in San Diego County, they range between 94.6% to 96.3% list to sales price ratio that was ending the year in December 31st. Now, after 3 months, currently in March, all four of those segments are ranging between 98% and 99.9%. So every single month, that indice has definitely stepped upward in terms of the buyer aggressive behavior in terms of what we're seeing. On the ground, we are seeing multiple offers. We're seeing offers above and beyond list price. So we're starting to get to that level again. Again, it's not as aggressive as it was maybe a year ago, but we are starting to see that behavior return coming into the spring market. So that also, going back to the reason why or how they calculate whether in a buyer or seller market is whether or not, the month supply of inventory. And right now, most areas we are below or right around 1 month of inventory. And the dividing line is about 6 months of inventory, it's said. So 6 months or more is a buyer's market and 6 months or less is a seller's market. And so, again, the indices and the information is really suggesting that we're still definitely in a seller's market, and it's getting a little bit more aggressive in that aspect also. So getting into the top performing market segment of all of San Diego County, according to the Market Watch report, is South San Diego. Now, again, the reason why I'm selecting this as a top performing is because the year-over-year median price point difference is actually the strongest in the with all four segments. Now, again, it is down 1% year over year, but the other segments are down between 1% and 5.5%. However, if you look at South San Diego, last month it was 5.5%. So again, making strides every single month to get to be a stronger market. Now, the median sales price for South San Diego County area is $720,000. Again, that's down 1%. Average sales price $790,000. But again, the list to sales price ratio is also the strongest in the county at 99.9%. The strongest or highest performing zip code is the 91914 zip code of Chula Vista. Their median sales price is 1.2 million, and again, that's up 20% year over year. So in a market where most many price points are back to where they were about a year ago, or maybe a little bit less, that's very strong for the area. And again, we have many of those zip codes above and beyond 100% list to sales price ratio, including Bonita, Chula Vista, National City, and Otay Mesa. So again, very strong data in terms of favoring a seller's market going into Q2 here. So I hope the information is helpful. If you have any questions or would like to have a copy of this report, please don't hesitate. DM me below or send me a message, and I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you next week.